Hello, classmates. For our final project, we had to work with the meat processing plant in Zamorano, and therefore, we made a problem that we will solve together. Let's see. First, we have to look at the information that we know. And the first step is to calculate the CP of the chorizo parrillero according to the nutritional label. Knowing the mass of each solid and water, we can calculate the total CP of the sausage by using the formula that we saw in class. Our step number 2 is to calculate the sensible heat of the sausage. Once we have the result of the sensible heat of the sausage, we calculate the total sensible heat for one batch. Our step number 3 is to calculate the mass of vapor needed per batch, and for this, we're gonna use the formula that the sensible heat of vapor is gonna be equal to the sensible heat of the water plus the sensible heat of the sausage. We have to calculate the volume in the pot, assuming an 80% of quality of the vapor, and then we have to calculate the mass of the vapor. And now we're gonna assume that the mass of the vapor is gonna be equal to the mass of the water that enters to the boiler. We have to calculate the energy needed to obtain this vapor at a temperature of 170 degrees Celsius. To represent this result in terms of cost, we can calculate the amount of money that the meat processing plant is spending on this amount of vapor. And what can we do to reduce this amount of money? Well, the first thing is to decrease the final temperature of the water to 77 degrees Celsius. And the second one is to increase the initial temperature of the sausage to 10 degrees Celsius. As we can see, we reduce the cost, and if we calculate the money saved annually, we can see that the plant is saving 1,590.3 lempiras just by changing the temperatures. We also calculated the CPs of the other sausages made in the plant to evaluate which represents more energy in its cooking process.